Good morning. Welcome to Source. We're so happy to see many new faces here for your first time. Who's here for the first time? Beautiful. Welcome to Source. We love to see you. A lot of our regulars are at Lightning in a Bottle. You heard of this LIB? Or at the Moksha Fest in Topanga, which I recommend you might want to check out after this. They're up in Topanga, the Moksha Fest. Moksha actually means liberation or freedom. And that's what we're about here as well. And it really only takes a second to recognize who you are as Source. And then the whole game changes, right? Who knows what we're speaking of? Yeah. So from this place of Source, we are not the victim of our life or even the recipient of our life happening to us. We are the creator of our life. And we co-create our lives together. And when we recognize that, then it becomes play. It's what Krishna called a lila. It means a play of consciousness, which is what we are here on earth to enjoy. Like a really good movie that you're writing and directing and starring in all at the same time. This is why we have such a fascination with movies, especially in this city. So it's the remembrance of who we are as the creator of our movie that allows us to rewrite the movie if need be. And as anyone who makes films, actors, writers, directors, you know that it's all about the rewriting and the reworking and the revisions and revisions and revisions and notes and more revisions. So there's no shame in that process. To think you have to deliver a full performance right off the bat, to think you have to deliver a full finished screenplay right away, that's too much to ask. Well, it's the same with these lives we lead. These lives are works in progress. There are no mistakes. There's just the opportunity to continue to co-create these characters that we've written for ourselves until they come home, until they wake up. You see, as consciousness, we're already awake. As Source, we're already the creator. It's the recognition of it, the awakening to this truth that I'm one of the characters in your movie pointing to it, saying, you are the Source. Don't make a mistake looking outside of yourself for the answer. You are the answer. You are the love you've been looking for all these years. It's you. That's the awakening. And then we see there's no other. There's only us. There's only the self. There's one self and many bodies. One creator and many actors and crew and writers and lighting and camera people making our lives appear real. That's the game. Is you want it to appear real. So like when you go to the movies and you see a comedy or a horror or a drama, if you're not engaged in it, if it doesn't seem real to you, you don't cry, you don't get scared, you don't laugh. So that's what we do as creators. We create a scenario that makes us forget. And actually that's the fun part. As Scotty One Love said, the forgetting and the memory and the remembering is fun if you remember. But if you forgot that you forgot, and you think you are this character that you created, and you think this is real, then that can create tremendous suffering within your consciousness. And the problem with that is it's consciousness itself that is the creator. So if consciousness is suffering or consciousness is asleep and forgetting who it is, then who wakes it up? How do you wake yourself up? Well, that's what traditionally has been the guru's job, or religious experiences or psychedelic experiences, which I'm sure a lot of people are having at LIB right now. But ultimately, it's awakening through enlightenment. What the Buddha pointed to 2,000 years ago, what Jesus had an awakening to, that he is God. And of course they weren't ready to hear that, they crucified him. That's why we don't put Jesus up on the wall at the crucifixion. We don't celebrate that moment. It's not a sacrifice. That moment is the death of the ego, yes. It's the recognition that we're not these bodies, yes. That's the resurrection. The resurrection is the realization that we never die. We are the creator of the movie. The character in the movie might die at the end, but the images don't affect the screen at all. It's just illusion. So it's the same exact realization that we have in awakening. That even though this is an illusion, it's still fun. It's still an opportunity to get to know ourselves. It's still an opportunity to revise the character. But unless you remember that we're awake creating this movie to begin with, it can be too scary, too dramatic, and too much suffering. Everyone with me on that? So the rewrite for humanity has come in this new age that has been predicted for millennia. Some people call it the golden age. Some people feel it happened as of 2012. 12/21/2012, the end of the world as we know it. The Mayans predicted it. Well, it came and went, but the world still seems to be here, huh? Yet for some of us, there has been a vibrational shift. We feel this shift from an old paradigm to a new paradigm. A new way of us relating to each other, a new way of us consuming, a new way of us exchanging currency, a new way of being human on the earth is being birthed. And this temple, the Source Spiritual Center, is one of the hubs for it. So Annalisa, Scotty One Love, and the rest of our team, we're holding the space for this shift to happen globally by first recognizing that it's happened individually. So when you feel the shift in your life and you awaken to, this is just a Leela, this is just a movie, I'm the creator of my reality, then what is available in this new paradigm?
Miracles.
Yes, miracles. Freedom. Blessings. Love. Abundance.
Gummy worms.
Unlimited gummy worms.
And lots of laughter. Lots of joy, lots of laughter. And it comes from this sense of freedom that you're all feeling right now. So this is just a remembrance. Like in this scene in your movie, you showed up at this funky church. It's been around for 100 years. And for the last 10, it's been a Hare Krishna temple. And now we've moved in to hold space for it to become a launching pad for a movement. And there are many other avenues for this movement. Movies like Thrive, cafes like Gratitude, many other churches like Agape. There's many people who are awakening to this, and we wanted this to be the Venice hub. The place for all of us Venice freaks to get together, to show our numbers, to commune together every Sunday, every Wednesday evening, and to create together. To create art, to create music, to create messages, to go out into the world, to affect those of us, those other aspects of us who aren't yet as free. To share your message of freedom to those who are suffering because of what happened in the Trey murder trial and Zimmerman. George Zimmerman and all of this, and people get very caught up in that. And why? Because their souls see the injustice of something like that happening, and we say no. But to try to stop it out there, it's about changing it in here first. Be the change you want to see in the world. Shift it in your own mind. You know? This is when we awaken, those kind of things don't happen. We're not killing each other when we're awake. We don't do it in the Awakened movie. See, this is the new paradigm. So the rewrite is coming. The revisions are coming. We are upgrading the program together here when we gather. Upgrading the program to a new way of being human. Yes? Who's with me? And it starts with an open heart and a conscious awareness, knowing who we are as the creator and the creation of our wonderful, marvelous movie. So as we always like to pray here, one of our affirmations is, I am the creator and the creation. Immersed in the oneness beyond separation.
Immersed in the oneness beyond separation.
Let's try that one more time. I am the creator and the creation.
I am the creator and the creation.
Immersed in the oneness beyond separation.
Immersed in the oneness beyond separation.
And this oneness, this unity consciousness, another word for it is God. So this is the God Realization Fellowship, where we realize ourselves as God and we make a difference in our world that we are the creator of. So thank you for being here. You're making a difference in my life just by being here. So I'm really grateful for it. And I want to connect with each and every one of you.